Today is the 16th of June. Three news stories for you. An extraordinary meeting of Arab League to discuss Ethiopia-Egypt-Sudan dam dispute has ended with a joint statement mentioning three important points. Secondly, at the UN Security Council yesterday, Ethiopian envoy said that Eritrean forces were expected to withdraw from Tigray. He did not confirm that the withdrawal has started. Thirdly, Oromo Liberation Army (OLA) has detained some foreign nationals. Let's look at the first news story. An extraordinary session of Arab League has concluded in Doha, Qatar. The session was requested by Egypt and Sudan. Egypt and Sudan have been trying to rally Arab countries' support against Ethiopia over Ethiopia-Sudan-Egypt dam dispute. Ethiopia has announced to start the second filling of the dam in coming weeks. A joint statement has been issued by the Arab League. The statement mentions three important points. Firstly, it says that Arab League may take gradual measures to support Egypt and Sudan. What does it mean by gradual measures? It hasn't been clarified in the statement. Secondly, the statement calls upon Ethiopia not to take any unilateral actions. Here it seems that Arab League is warning Ethiopia against starting the second filling of the dam. And thirdly, Arab League has called upon UN Security Council to intervene. Ethiopian government has issued a counter statement against the statement of Arab League views. Ethiopian government says that it rejects Arab League's statement in its entirety. Arab League is trying to make it an Arab issue. It is an existential issue for Ethiopia. Ethiopia will definitely press ahead with the second filling of GERD. And once again, Ethiopia has reiterated its position that African solution to African problems. It means Ethiopia does not want any mediation outside Africa. It can hold talks with the mediation of African Union, as we saw a few months ago. It does not want any mediation from the EU, the US, or the UN views. So the stalemate is there, viewers. Coming weeks are very crucial. Ethiopia says that Sudan and Egypt, they are trying to internationalize and politicize this issue, which should be resolved by the three countries themselves. So Egypt and Sudan, they are trying their best to stop Ethiopia from starting the second filling of GERD. But so far, Ethiopia is announcing that it will press ahead with the second filling of GERD. Second news story is about the 6th Security Council meeting on Tigray views. The 6th meeting was held yesterday. It was requested from Ireland, viewers. Ireland has been very busy. It has been requesting meetings at the UN Security Council. It has tried to get sanctions imposed against Ethiopia as well. Again, yesterday's meeting was requested from Ireland, viewers. It was an informal meeting. In the meeting, Mark Lowcock, UN humanitarian chief, once again said that rape was being used as a weapon in Tigray. And secondly, he said that starvation was also being used as a weapon of war in Tigray. Very strong words were used by Mark Lowcock. And viewers, Ethiopian envoy to the UN was also part of this meeting. Taye Atseke Selassie MD appeared in the meeting, and he talked about the withdrawal of Eritrean forces from Tigray. He said that some technical problems are being sorted out by Eritrea and Ethiopia for the withdrawal of Eritrean forces from Tigray. And he said Ethiopia hopes that Eritrean troops will definitely withdraw soon. So he did not say that the withdrawal has begun. He said that the withdrawal is expected to begin soon. It was 3 days ago, Bilin Siom, Ethiopian government spokesperson, in a press briefing had said that the withdrawal of Eritrean forces had begun. I'll share the video in which you can hear Bilin Siom saying that the withdrawal of Eritrean forces has started. But Ethiopian envoy to the UN is saying that technical level things are being finalized, and it is expected that Eritrean troops will leave soon. You see that there is conflicting statements have been issued by Ethiopian government officials about the withdrawal of Eritrean forces from Tigray. At the end of this video, I'll share two videos. One is about Bilin Siom talking about withdrawal of Eritrean forces from Tigray, and second video shows Mick Wallace, who is a member of EU Parliament from Ireland. He spoke in the EU Parliament about Tigray conflict views. He was wearing a mask. With Tigray flag on it, and he used very strong language against Prime Minister of Ethiopia, against Isaias, President of Eritrea as well. So Ireland has been very busy against Ethiopia about this Tigray conflict. Lastly, viewers, Oromo Liberation Army has detained two miners. The two miners are from Afghanistan. Their names are Said Hashim and Said Abu Bakr. They were working for a South African company by the name of Moon Rock Mining and Marble Development Company. The company is mining in Oromia. OLA has detained the two miners, and OLA says that Ethiopian government has no right to award contracts of mining in Oromia. Last month, OLA detained 3 Chinese miners. The miners were released by OLA. Let's see what happens with these two Afghani miners. Now watch the two videos. First video is showing Bilin Siom saying that Eritrean forces have started withdrawing, and second video shows Mick Wallace, EU Member of Parliament, talking about Tigray conflict. I think Fuji.
The second question that had been indicated with regards to the withdrawal of Eritrean forces, a request for the exit has already been put in place by the relevant authority, and per the Ministry of Defense reports, withdrawal has commenced. So we need to let that process play out according to the agreements with the stakeholders.
Thanks very much, Chair, and thanks to Mr. Havisto for his contribution. Do you agree at this stage that there's a recognition that war crimes have taken place and that Abiy Ahmed and Afwerki are clearly guilty of war crimes? And do you really think there's going to be an independent investigation? Will these two individuals be tried for war crimes? Surely, unless this happens, it makes a mockery of international law. Secondly, you talk about the so-called election process, and I agree with you, it is a so-called election process. Surely the EU isn't going to recognise these elections, given that it can be pretty selective about what elections it recognises across the world. But recognising these at the moment, with many of Abiy Ahmed's opponents in prison, makes it's just a joke. Thirdly, who is supplying Abiy Ahmed still with arms? He isn't making them himself. Somebody is giving them to him. Can we find that out? There is definitely countries continuing to give him arms to carry out war crimes. And lastly, he has support from world powers. Whether we like it or not, but the US, Russia, China are all still prepared to do business with him because they all want a piece of the action in the Horn of Africa. So why are we allowing this to happen? Abiy Ahmed would not be in power if he did not have support from world powers. We're not looking for an intervention, But these people, Abiy Ahmed should not get support from outside countries, or Al-Farki for that matter. And giving them support is helping them and supporting their war crimes. And that's the truth of it. Thank you.